All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land. I am Deleted Scenes, human being American and YouTuber Ronan. And I'd like to welcome you to tonight's episode of Live from Sparkwood in 21. This series chronicles the 1990s cult classic series Twin Peaks. Its 25 years later sequel series, The Return, which ran on Showtime in 2017, and the films of David Lynch. Um, Joining me uh, on this journey tonight, superfan Flappy, the president of the Flappy Fan Club, Age Boomer. All right. I do want to say hello to everyone currently joining us on X. I can't see you, but I know that you're there. Want to say hello to a few people who've joined us here in the live chat, starting off with channel member JPRPH1, host of Films with Friends, the creator of the 10-word review, Big Al Presents, faithful Blue Wrench channel member, the Bird Woman of YouTube. Watch out for her second channel, Fluff Chick Productions. It's Connie Cleary. All right, scrolling down, friend of the channel, my co-host on the Mystery Movie Night podcast, Enigma Severus. All right, folks, here is the situation. Boomer and I are having trouble accessing the X Files episode that we wanted to air tonight. We're working on it backstage. That's what we've been doing. That's why we're late. This is completely an oversight on my part. So, yeah, that was the plan. So if we don't get to it tonight, it's going to have to be on another night. But anyway, Boomer and I are both here, and we're working backstage to see what we can do about getting that episode up and running for you. But I think it's both safe to say that both Boomer and I are X Files fans. I kind of fall off in the when it comes to like the later seasons, and when the show came back after its hiatus, I didn't see a lot of those episodes, so I can't really speak to how it ended. I do know that there is an episode of Let's later on in the X Files that brings the Frank Black character from Millennium back. I also know that there's the Lone Gunman got spun off into their own series for a little while. Um, so yeah, those shows, obviously with the characters intersecting, take place in the same universe, for good or for bad. And I know, and I'm sure that Boomer is very much in agreement with me on this. Is we would both like to see Millennium get brought back and have maybe one more season to kind of properly close out Frank Black's story. But we will see. Yeah, both shows did run on Fox. By that I mean X Files and Millennium. But we were thinking about it, and there are some places where X Files and Twin Peaks kind of intersect, and not just in the way that not just the fact that you have David Duchovny in both shows. You also, with the case of with Cooper and with Mulder, you have an FBI agent who believes in psychic phenomena, that we are not alone, that there is more to the universe than we see with our eyes. and that is definitely one aspect that's kind of the same. And I definitely could see kind of a crossover, Mulder meeting Cooper. I would be curious as to what that would have been like. I think
So,
we've gotten along.
so I was actually going to try to use this episode as a reason to explain why I don't know if there is an intersection because I want to make one big startling difference between
Uh-huh.
the Twin Peaks and the X-Files is that on Twin Peaks the FBI is a force for good.
Hmm.
On the X-Files, the FBI is at best bureaucratic, career
Well,
jumping, just not good people. And then at worst, they're like helping a sinister shadow government do bad things, like the cover up of extraterrestrial life and things like that. But I once heard it referenced though that when the X Files was getting big, someone said that the X Files and Picket Fences, which was the David E. Kelly series, were Twin Peaks split
mhm.
in half. Okay, because Picket Fences had the quirky small town with the local sheriff and weird cases, but it wasn't like supernatural, paranormal, or things like that. Whereas the X Files, FBI focus, paranormal, going on investigations.
Mm.
What do you think?
Well, well, yeah. I mean, picket fences does certainly have elements as well. Yeah, we're looking into that, Al. Yeah. Now,
Oh,
one.
you know what we could do? Actually, wait a minute. I have an idea. Are you open to this?
Okay.
Instead of doing Cosme, because I think that's a lost cause, I do have a Pluto link that I can paste in my chat. I did a tiny URL, and you can put it in yours of the pilot. It's not the second episode; it's the first episode, but it might be our best bet. But we may. Do you have a Pluto account? You may have to make one up real quick. They're free. You don't have to pay to use it. But did you feel like doing that?
Okay. Sure.
We'll try it.
All right.
We'll try it. Let me paste
Let's
it into the
try.
chat, and
Okay.
I'll paste it into my chat, and let me see if I can paste it into yours. Give me a moment here. All right.
Okay.
Sorry about that. So we might just do the pilot instead. We'll watch it with commercials and probably, hopefully, won't be too out of sync. All right. If you're okay with that.
Sure. Let's give it a try.
All right. All right. And let me go ahead and find your stream, and then I'll paste it in your chat as well.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is, I think Big Al's right. We're just going to try Pluto. I know there's a way on Pluto that you can get to the second episode, but Lord, that site is confusing. It was difficult enough just for me to find the pilot and just get the link for that. I think it's easier when it's on your TV. But hold on. Let me see. I should have pasted it in your chat if you want to go ahead and pin it.
I do have it pinned.
Yeah. Okay. And I'll pin it in my chat. And I don't know if you have a Pluto account or if you need one to actually watch the episode. You might have to make it real quick. So we want to give the chat 5 minutes to do it. Do you have a Pluto account by any chance?
Well, I thought I had a Hulu account until a minute ago, but apparently I don't.
Because we could have used Hulu. If I know in
see.
advance, I might have been able to bum it off my sister. But anyway, maybe it's just as well.
Okay.
We're not going to use Troy's room tonight, the APR. But you know what we're going to do? We're going to go into the wonderful world of Pluto. Let me guess. Big Al found the link for the second episode. Let me see. I love when you click on Pluto and it's just... Never mind. Big Al found the link. Let's go with Big Al's link. Okay. Let me get Big Al's link, and let me see. Did he paste it in yours as well, or just mine? I'll see if I can paste it in yours. Let me make a tiny URL out of it, and I'll paste it in both yours and mine. Give me one moment. All right. Thank you, Big Al. I don't know how he had better luck than I did. And let me see. Give me a moment here. But Pluto is free. They have a lot of cool channels on there. Apparently, they are currently doing Star Trek: The Next Generation. They have a full channel for that as well. If you want to catch up on another '90s classic. Now, the problem with the X-Files is that it was a hit and miss series. It's still one of my favorite shows. I'm not going to pretend that the show didn't jump the shark after they moved to LA, because it did, and it probably jumped the shark before then, but I ignored it because the movie was so good, because they were leading up to the X-Files movie after season 5, and the movie was really solid. And I think Chris Carter wanted them to just be able to do movies after that. And but the trouble is, I think Fox said, no, this is our #1 show and we're not going to do that. And let me see. Let me go ahead and pin that. Let me unpin my other thing here. Bear with us, folks. Don't leave. Okay.
Yeah,
anyway, sorry.
We're sorry, folks. Okay. Just give us a moment.
Yeah. All right, here. Pin message. Okay, and I'll paste it in your chat too. Or y'all could just use Big Al's link. Maybe you're better off just using Big Al's link. But let me just go ahead and pin this in your chat next. Okay. Or just put it in your chat, and I will see if it takes me to where I want to be, to Pluto TV. Okay, it does take us to the 2nd episode. All right. So I think it'll work. Okay, we can watch it on Pluto, guys. All right. We'll have to read your comments on the on YouTube though, because we're not going to see your comments on Pluto. I don't know if you need to be logged in order to watch it, so make sure you have an account. If you want to give the chat like a couple more minutes to get set up. If they don't have a Pluto account, go ahead and click on the link, and when you get to the episode, just hit pause. All right. I don't know if you have
I got it, and I am paused. And everybody just let me know when you are.
Yeah, let me know when you're ready, and we'll wait a couple minutes. I want to go over my own brief history with the X-Files when it showed up on TV. I'm not sure if I had watched Twin Peaks yet or not, because I know we got that big VHS set when it came out. But the X-Files premiered in fall of 1993, I believe in September. I had just moved to Florida, started a new school, knew no one, was kind of alone on a Friday night, kind of bummed out. But The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr. was premiering on Fox, and I'm a big Bruce Campbell fan, so I tuned into that. And it was interesting. And then this other show called The X-Files premiered. And I watched the pilot episode. And basically, the pilot episode is about FBI agent Fox Mulder. And he investigates these FBI cases nobody else wants to investigate. Stuff usually involving like the paranormal. And the government doesn't like what Mulder is up to. They don't like the fact that he's snooping around stuff he should be snooping at, like certain things they didn't care about. But when he started looking into UFOs and things like that, they were like, yeah, he noticed that he was getting blocked. So eventually the government sends down Special Agent Dana Scully to go and kind of debunk his work. Report back to them, debunk his work, show that he's wasting the Bureau's time so we can probably can his butt. Okay, just get rid of the program. But Agent Scully, whatever her skepticism is to a lot of the paranormal stuff, she still respects Mulder as an FBI agent. He was actually a gifted agent early on in his career. He actually helped catch a serial killer called Monty Props that was eluding the FBI for a while. That was all because of him. And, you know, he was respected by the people out in the field up until he started looking into all the supernatural stuff. And then he got the nickname Spooky Mulder. You know, as an insult, basically. And that was basically what we saw in the first pilot. They investigated an alien abduction, usual thing within the small town. When this is the sheriff, we don't want the FBI around here. We take care of our own, blah, blah. And Scully, man, and, you know, Scully said there's no conclusive evidence except for this weird piece of metal, like looked like a microchip thing that we found, that there's no known origin to the metal. So she handed it over to the government guys, and of course we see a certain cigarette smoking man in the room. He takes the little file and sticks it in a room in a locked vault somewhere. That's all we saw in the pilot. That was the pilot. Now here we are, episode 2, which is Deep Throat. You ready to start?
Yes, sir.
Is the chat ready? You just got to follow us along on Pluto, and we're just going to talk over the episode, okay? You ready?
Okay.
I'm at the second mark. Let me just see if I can get it all the way to 0. Okay, I'm at 0. Went with 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1, go.
Probably get some nice commercials on here. Usually open up with a teaser that don't necessarily involve Mulder and Scully. It's usually the case they're going to have to investigate. You see the woman trying to get to the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is the wife of the pilot who's holed up inside the house.
Yes. This was the second episode. If you bought the VHS tapes back in the day, you got the pilot on one of the tapes, and then you got the second episode.
Mm-hmm.
We of course have the great music of Mark Snow, very creepy in the background. SWAT teams busting into the house. It's all right. We'll watch it with commercials, just like the old days. Here we go. Bust open. There's some busted doors now. After I'd watched the pilot, I was not sure what to think about the X-Files yet. I said, it's interesting enough, I'm going to tune into another episode, because what else are you going to do? I didn't have the internet back then.
That is some bad eczema.
And I look at this, and this is the episode that sort of hooked me on the show. Episode 3 cements it. I really like episode 3 as well, which is the first monster, kind of like the Monster of the Week episode. Because episode 3 made me realize this isn't just going to be about UFOs. It's going to be about other stuff too. But this is the first time we see the intro, because you didn't get an intro in the pilot. Government denies knowledge, shadowy figures. What's going on here? Very young Gillian Anderson on this show. And David Duchovny, like we said, he was on Twin Peaks. He was also, I think he was on a Showtime series called Red Shoe Diaries, but don't quote me on that. He would show up places. Truth is out there.
Yeah.
You getting the commercial now?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is all the stuff you can watch on Pluto TV. I'm upset that the new CSI got canceled. The CSI Vegas newer series. I actually thought it was rather good for a modern television series, and it didn't last. So, how many CSI shows did they make? It's funny. Chris Carter was later quoted in regards to Millennium that he thought Millennium, when he saw CSI, he realized that's what Millennium should have been, just really good crime cases where they use forensics and science to solve cases. I miss Millennium.
I do too.
But I'll say this, all 3 seasons are solid, whereas the X-Files runs into seasons that are just like, I was watching the show from the beginning to the end again, and I got to season 6, and I haven't finished season 6 yet, because that's when the show, I think, becomes too self-aware of itself. I feel like it's sort of treading water, because I guess Mulder and Scully are kicked off the X-Files again. That happened in season 2, so why are we seeing it again? I wonder if you're seeing the same commercials. Are you seeing buff dudes in aprons wearing cowboy hats?
No, I'm seeing the drive time
We're
commercial.
seeing completely different commercials. Now I have a drive time commercial. I hate modern commercials. So how about you? When did you start watching the X-Files?
Oh, right away.
Oh, with the pilot?
There was, oh yeah. And I remember there being a very big marketing push for that show. And it was like the commercial just kind of ran over and over and over, and I have it sort of imprinted in my brain. And if I remember correctly, go ahead.
Oh, so Fox was pushing this when it aired.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
If I think Scully's hair does not look good here in this scene. But that's just me.
We're back.
I like the joke. It's not stopping the rest of these people from drinking this early, right? Because it's Washington, right? They hit the bars at noon. I'm sorry. Here we have... I don't know about you. Did you grow up in the 80s watching Unsolved Mysteries?
I did.
With Robert Stack. I used to watch that show. I used to read books on UFO abductions and things like that, and ghosts more mainly. I didn't love ghost books. I would read stuff about Bigfoot and UFOs. I felt like this show took all that modern lore and synthesized it into a drama. Now, interesting enough about X-Files and Twin Peaks, you do see a lot of crossover with the actors. Not just David Duchovny, you see other actors in Twin Peaks popping up on here.
Mm-hmm.
Scully's father is played by the guy that plays the
Major Briggs.
Major Briggs, yeah.
Yeah.
Basically playing the same character, actually, in a way.
They kind of do, yeah.
It's another military guy, you know, good family man. It's like it's the same thing. Very creepy. Uh-huh. Wait, I love this. Paranormal bouquet. Are we syncing up? He just said that. What I like about that is that this is not something he found in a file. He got wind of this and he's gonna let's go investigate. And of course, behind him in this room is a rather secretive character. Leave this case alone. He's been given a warning.
Is this supposed to be the same bar as the movie? I'm wondering.
That's a good question. I don't know. That's in the great trailer for the movie where he's explaining his whole backstory.
Yeah.
Now, this is the first time someone from the inside of these conspiracies is actually talking to him. This character's name, of course, the code name is Deep Throat, named after the famous Nixon informant. But he's basically trying to give Mulder a fair warning. I actually believe in what you're doing. Leave this alone. You've been given a warning. Do not go investigate this. What will Mulder do? Do you think he's going to heed the warning?
Of course not.
And it's creepy. There's Scully. He doesn't. Wait. She's going to ask him. They work well as a team. She's perceptive. She just sensed something was off. Her hair looks better here. I think. I don't know. Technology with stealth weapons. Okay. So, of course, I'm already drawn in. What is the military working on? I guess this would be the Air Force or somebody out there. What are they doing? Very creepy scene coming up right now.
Well, the Air Force was mixed in with
Roswell.
Of course, Roswell, Majestic 12, of course, yeah. Project Blue Book.
There's a clicking noise outside. A weird unmarked van in front of his apartment. So I'm already a little bit creeped out. Like, I feel this episode is more sinister than the pilot. That's why this kind of drew me in.
Are they on the porch in your? Because I think you're a little bit ahead of me. Okay.
Yeah, they're on the porch now. Yep.
Okay.
They're talking to Mrs. Buddha House now.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, we're probably close enough. We'll do our best. Yeah. That's how we used to do things before we started using Cosme. I don't think there was anything on television quite like this. I will say Twin Peaks is I kind of feel is its own animal because that's like a that's something where I feel they I know Lynch went on record as saying he didn't want to solve the murder and things like that, but I feel like there
Mhm.
was a plan with Twin Peaks, whereas the X Files I think they were sort of forming a plan as they went along. Uh, First season, you're not even sure what the overarching stuff about UFOs is even going to result in. It's just it's some of these loosely connected episodes. Oh, one thing I'll also say, I feel like the X Files, uh, they always cast actors that look like regular people. I felt, not
Oh, yeah.
main cast notwithstanding, like these aren't necessarily glamorous Hollywood stars in these roles. They're they look like your neighbors, people you'd see in the grocery store. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mhm. They went for actors. They went
yes.
for the character.
I think you have to steep a show like this, at least look wise, in reality, because you're dealing with such fantastic material. Yeah, she mentioned her neighbor whose husband went through a similar thing. The score too, the music used on the show, unlike anything I'd heard on TV before, very ambient sounds. It's so you get the pressure. She's playing along with whatever's happening. She doesn't want to start any trouble.
Right.
Very creepy. Look at that.
Why did you bring the FBI to
Giving
my
the neighbor the stink.
house?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bring the FBI to my house to get rid of the stink eye. That's not good. And I don't know what's up with her husband with the fly fishing. That's freaking me out a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's creepy.
I mean, everyone needs a hobby, but and you wonder why you're watching this. Is the Aurora Project real, or is this just them making something up for the show? That's what I'm wondering. It's like,
Well, what's going to bake your noodle there is in the movie Broken Arrow, they mentioned the Aurora Project.
boom. Okay, so it is real. Okay,
It might
unless
be
no, Broken Arrow came out after this,
96. Yeah.
so it's possible it's a reference, or it's possible that they. No, it may be a real thing. Actually, I'm sure Big Al would know. He's probably typing in the chat right now. Um, you notice how he's using the yellow pages or the white pages there. I
Mhm.
will say this for the X Files: they use modern technology when it's available in real life on the show. Like by the end of season 2, they're dealing with a hacker who's hacked into a government database and put all the UFO files on a flash drive. So they're ooh, I love this. Again, I watched these early episodes and I'm wondering, are they part of the syndicate conspiracy? Are they just doing their own conspiracy? I don't know. you still make a living as a newspaper editor, or is that a 90s thing? The flying saucer. Okay. I don't know if this works, but my go-to for a diner food, if I'm not familiar, go with a BLT, because how can they really mess it up? But you never know, right? Like those pictures.
You don't call it the flying saucer for nothing.
Yes. Did you see that?
Yeah.
They don't have they get friendlier as seasons go on, but they're not that friendly right now. She just said sucker to no GPS, so she's using a map. Oh, see, yeah.
Goes back at her. Yeah.
I'm trying to feel how I felt about Scully in the beginning. I don't know. Actually, no. I'll say this: next episode, she has a chance to throw Mulder under the bus to get clout, and or she knows some people are trying, and she kind of claps back at that with some of the other FBI agents. So she does defend him. What did you think of her at the beginning, though?
Well, she is technically supposed to be spying on him, is the idea.
Well, he even says that when he first meets. They sent you here to spy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But she is warning him. I'll write this stuff on the report. Okay. You know, it's not like she's not hiding things from him. I'll say this. Okay. No. She's not hiding her opinions. That's freaky.
Yeah, sorry.
You getting a commercial?
Yeah.
Okay, good. We're in sync. Landman, I need to catch up on season 2. But do you have a favorite X-Files episode?
Oh, let me see. Oh, wait. Whoa, I got the show back.
Well, we may be on sync then.
Okay.
Don't worry about pausing it on my account. We'll catch up.
Okay. Do I have a favorite episode? I would. Wow.
I'll go with one of my. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
What I do is I kind of put it into 2 categories. You know, you have the mythology episodes, which are the main conspiracy they're trying to solve, and then you kind of have the one-offs. I liked a lot of the stuff that kind of surrounded his sister because there was always the back and forth of, was she taken by aliens? did something else happen? There's a woman who shows up later claiming to be his sister. We
Yes.
have the episode Paper Hearts, which Vince Gilligan wrote. That is who's the creator, of course, of Breaking Bad and all. There was the episode that he wrote with Tom Noonan, who sadly just passed, playing the villain who claims that he killed Samantha. So that's an episode that sticks out in my mind. Because that felt more like Silence of the Lambs than X-Files, but it was a good one.
I think the Silence of the Lambs set a tone in the 90s for a lot of media. In just the way it looked. Like I don't think it's that odd that, shows like Millennium and this sort of were influenced by that a bit.
All right.
So I don't know where you are in the episode at this point. Are you with Seth?
5:02 a.m. They're sitting with Seth Green and the girl in the restaurant.
I gotcha.
The diner.
I'll go a little bit forward.
So,
first time I think I ever saw Seth Green in anything was on this show. We had that iconic.
I remember seeing him before that in a movie called Radio Days.
Oh, really?
Okay. Where he's basically playing a young Woody Allen, and he used to show up in like these like Levi's commercials. There was like a series of Levi's commercials he was in. So when we got to this episode, I actually was familiar with who he was.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I became familiar with him on Buffy.
Yeah,
that was later.
That was later. Yeah.
And of course, Austin Powers.
Oh yeah.
It's funny because you go back and you watch these older X-Files episodes. Oh wait, hey look, it's Jack Black and Giovanna Ribisi both in an episode before they kind of hit it bigger than big. I mean, it's so weird. The show, because they would try not to cast stars on the show. They would break that rule in later seasons. They had Burt Reynolds in an episodes, for heaven's sake. I'm at the point where they took the moped out of the trunk. Are you there yet?
Yeah, I'm there now.
Okay, yeah. Gotcha. Okay. Close enough. Oh, I love this. He's putting the tape in the tape deck. She's not amused, Scully, in this episode. The chemistry is good right away.
Oh yeah.
I like how these two act around each other. It's just,
dude, he was not that stoned.
I don't know. I remember him in Austin Powers. He shows up looking like the typical 90s slacker. I think they're playing like a parody of Smells Like Teen Spirit as he walks in. Planes built using UFO technology, which I think they touch on finally in the Revival series. I think the big finale of the first season had a bunch of those military UFOs flying about. In the really awful mythology episodes they did in the Revival series. It was worth seeing Cigarette Smoking Man again, but man, those were not that good.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't see any of those.
There are some great episodes of the Revival series, especially season 2, where you ignore like the UFO conspiracy episodes. They're kind of they're doubling down on the stuff I hated about later seasons. But some of the standalones are very good for later episodes. They did one episode where Mulder and Scully barely speak through the whole episode. It's almost like pantomime, like it's. And they're dealing with modern technology like drones and robots and things like that. And it was a well done episode. It's But it ended with the second revival series, and
was the revival series after the second film?
yes, after the second film, and I liked the second film. I know people picked on it at the time. I don't know. It's basically just a standalone, like, I don't want to call it monster episode, but it's not tied to the conspiracy, which probably made it better because they didn't have to worry about all the nonsense they introduced with the UFO stuff in later seasons. But oh, this is so creepy. See, I think not knowing is what's creepier. I think the trouble with the X-Files is it keeps setting up mysteries and mysteries, and it eventually kind of has to answer them, and that they don't know how to answer them. This is why I think it was a series that should have only gone on 5 seasons, and they should just continued on with movies. I think it would have been perfect, but
because I like where the second movie leaves them.
Yeah. Another commercial. Like I said, we may be out of sync. We'll do our best.
I'm at the Madison commercial.
I think your Pluto's better than my Pluto. Oh, Madison. Oh, the Madison. I'm seeing the Madison too. Taylor Sheridan series. I like his stuff. I do wonder if he overextends himself. Go ahead. Now I'm back on the show. Are you on the show too?
Yes, now I am. Yeah.
Okay. Listen. This is creepy. This begins the interrogation, and I don't know about you when I first saw this. I think because at this time, television shows involving paranormal subjects would come and go, basically. They would not stay on the air. Twin Peaks is a prime example of this. It got canceled, and that was a popular one. It got taken off at the end of the second season. I used to watch a lot of shows. I was a big fan of a show called She-Wolf of London, which eventually turned into Love and Curses, and that got yanked. It's because Fox was kind of the new channel on the block, and they've never had a solid hit except for maybe Married with Children. And they had The Simpsons before this. That was the other big show. Right. This kind of helped them. This kind of actually they kind of hit a home run with the show. I don't know how popular it was at the very beginning, but it built. It built enough it got renewed for a second season, which I thought was unheard of, and I just kept watching. He mentioned football facts. The guy knew everything, and he said, but now when he mentions basic stuff about flying an Air Force plane, he doesn't know.
Yeah.
Which he should know because he's an Air Force pilot. Yeah.
It's like they just wiped all of his knowledge.
Yes. So I think I've mentioned on Streams with Troy before that I'm a big fan of the 1970 show UFO, which has a government organization that actually hides the UFO abductions from the public, but they're actually on the right side. They're doing it in the public's best interest. This is like the opposite of that. This is... Television was so smart back then. Insidious. Just throw that word out there.
Oh, there you go. And there was always some 50-cent word they would throw in. Like I had to look up inveigle.
Exactly.
I did not know what that meant.
Yeah, insanguinate. That was in a few episodes later with the twin girls. Remember that one? I'm like, what the heck is insanguinate? I'm a junior. I'm a junior in high school. I never heard that word before, but you look it up in the dictionary because you want to know. Mm-hmm. And it's not about using the fancy words every sentence, but if you just throw one in an episode, it helps. Kids at home, they're going to want to look that up.
And it makes sense, especially with her. It's like, as they say, the college words.
No.
The Coen brothers used to be pretty good at that because I remember when I saw Raising Arizona the first time, I had to look up recidivism.
I love Coen Brothers.
Yeah.
I love Fargo for a bit. I didn't catch the last couple seasons though.
Oh, I didn't either.
I've done much
the
of
trailer shot.
I love this.
Yeah.
Step out of the car, and he says, "You think if we go away?" And this is like the nightmare, like just your government is not on your side. Guys wearing wraparound sunglasses. You can't even see their faces. Look at this. And these are the FBI. They should be on the same side. Look at this. Exposing the film. Oh.
Or the thing that nobody ever brings up is the fact that her weapon isn't government issue.
Well,
you're like, wow, where'd she get it?
See, her hair looks different here. It's tied back. I like it better. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm commenting on her hair too much. She got the standard Scully haircut at like during, I think, end of season 2, season 3. She has the standard Scully haircut, whereas I think they're still figuring it out here.
Nate, we are watching the episode advertised, Deep Throat, which is the second episode of the series.
Yeah, you can catch it through Pluto. Sorry, we had some issues with the Cosby tonight, but we're just talking about episode 2. I don't know. I keep trying to separate out from Twin Peaks. Like, would this show have existed without Twin Peaks? Probably not. I'll say that.
I think that, I mean, obviously we're examples of, I think I do believe that there was some fan crossover for sure.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, the big influence on the show actually was a show called Kolchak the Night Stalker from the 70s. That's what Chris Carter grew up watching, and he wanted to do a new version of that. Which is why I wish we would have people that would just say, I want to do a new version of something like in the vein of the X-Files, but it's not the same show. Because I don't think you can recreate the X-Files. I think it's a product of its time. I think it's good actors being cast. And I'll say this, the only way I'm going to watch that revival series is if they cast Dennis Nesmalkian in the lead. That'd get me to watch it, you know. No. They actually kind of are your business asking. You work for the people, okay? You know, if the FBI was doing this stuff, we'd trust them more. If we're, keep government agencies would keep each other in check from doing things that are too sinister. You know what I'm saying?
Remember law enforcement? Remember when you guys were supposed to be doing that? But
yeah,
I'm not sure if you ever really have,
Well, keep in mind too, especially on the X-Files, the other FBI agents, some of them you'll see in season episode 3, a lot of them are real jerks when referring to Mulder. They're like, what are you doing with that guy? You were number 1 at the academy with me. You could be going places. And she says, well, I like my work. Because she's also a medical doctor. She has a medical degree too. Where am I going? I'm gonna go off and go and go back into the lion's den. Okay, I don't know. They're gonna let him through the fence. Look at this.
Never occurred to her to shoot out the tires.
Don't even.
I feel like I should know who this girl is, but I don't.
you'll notice some of these actresses do show up on other shows. Like I think one of the actresses in season 3, as one of the teenage girls in high school, she ends up on that '70s show. I think as
she did, yeah. And Ryan Reynolds
Eric,
is in that episode as well.
Ryan Reynolds is a young Ryan Reynolds is in that episode. Yeah, it's weird how many actors show up on this show.
That's the episode where everybody in town was going insane.
So he's gonna wait for nightfall. Oh, this is of course the thumbnail coming up here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think this is the remastered episode. This is considered one of the more successful television remasterings because I think Star Trek TNG is another one where they purposely did not try to make the effects look that much better than what you had. They tried to match what it would have looked like on the SD TV days. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So they did have to redo the effects for HD, but they're still trying to make them look how they would have looked back in the day. Same goes for Star Trek: The Next Generation. They redid the effects because they could have made better CG effects on TNG when they did the remaster. They said no, people are going to want what they're used to, so we'll just redo it for HD. Now you are going to notice that this episode is in widescreen, as in all the other remastered episodes, because when they shot the X-Files, they did shoot it in widescreen, but in such a way that you could cut it off to make it full frame and it wouldn't look bad. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a lot of other full frame series where you'll see like cameramen on the side of the of the shot or something. You know what I mean? You getting a commercial?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay, well,
They're
I'll
taking
catch
them
you.
off the.
Yeah,
Okay, now I'm on the commercial. All right.
okay. I'm on a Farscape commercial. Is that what you're getting?
T-Mobile.
Okay, I got a better commercial than you did.
Yes, you did.
Farscape is one of these shows I need to really watch. I watched the first season. I need to watch it from front to back. I've just been too busy with I don't know.
Yeah.
That might be the idea. Go ahead.
I ignored Farscape, honestly, because I got to a point in life for anything that like resembled a Muppet didn't appeal to me anymore.
Well, what's the Jim Henson Company worked on that?
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you how Sci-Fi was able to cancel it? They were contractually obligated to keep making the show, but I think they waited. I think what happened was the Jim Henson Company asked for more money, and I think they said no, and the Jim Henson Company said, "We'll quit." They said, "Oh, great, now we get to cancel the show," because they didn't want to keep it on. I think they finally wrapped it up with some TV movies years later because the fan outcry was very upset.
The Peacemaker Wars, yeah.
Right.
Okay, Nate. We left off where where Mulder's been
we're at the 35-minute mark,
kidnapped,
roughly.
and they drove off with him.
Very creepy. I mean, I don't know if there are even any extraterrestrials in this episode, but there's definitely government conspiracy stuff. It's alluded to that this is UFO technology that they have adapted to make new aircraft out of that they are not sharing with the public. I don't know what he's looking at there behind the plastic. Is that a UFO?
Okay, I'm back. They got him strapped down on the gurney.
Okay.
They're going to drug him.
I got you. Tell you what, I'll pause until you get let me know when you get to Scully, all right?
At 6:30 a.m. Scully on the phone, yeah.
Okay. I'll wait till she's talking to the guy. Let me know when she's talking to the guy.
Okay, desk guy.
Okay, I'll just wait another minute and a couple of seconds. There we go. Yeah, she's trying to make a call. Phones here. Yeah, they're unreliable. Ha ha. She's perceptive. I don't know if I caught that in that scene when I first watched this. It's like, no, she knows this guy is not who he says he is, right? Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, she sticks her thumb in his eye.
Oh, I'm not up to that yet.
Okay, sorry. I'll pause it again. She do it yet?
Okay.
All right.
No.
Like I said.
Okay. There. Hold on. Maybe I should fast forward. Hold on.
No, just leave it. I'll pause.
Okay.
Let me know when she has the gun on him.
Okay.
Uh
He's seeing the stealth technology, and okay, we're back outside with Scully and okay, newspaper guy. Yeah.
okay. Oh,
Yeah, and
sorry.
she.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll just wait a minute. But yeah, I didn't catch this guy as a conspiracy guy in the beginning. Even though you do see him in the foreground later on when he's talking on the radio, you don't see a clear picture of his face. But again, it kind of messes with you because I'm like, is that him? Is that some other guy? Were you even really paying attention to this guy? It's a bunch of hooey, the UFO stuff. I'm just a local paper guy, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
He's not, obviously.
Okay.
But
Her 9-issue gun. Oh, his 9-issue gun. Okay.
there we go.
Fire extinguisher.
Yeah, okay. I mean, kind of an intense
Got him in the
scene.
eye. Yep.
Yeah, and it's just and then she said, "I got the gun on him," and he's about to
Yeah.
say, "You're a long way from home, Agent Scully."
And Seth Green just drove up.
Yeah, there they are. They're okay. We're synced up again until we're not.
Okay.
All right. Very creepy. Now we got the weird doctors, if they are doctors. I don't know. They're very creepy. The conspiracy doesn't really have a face at this point. It's shadowy figures.
Mhm.
It's people you wouldn't look twice at, and they're up to. Well, frankly, there's more sinister stuff in later episodes.
Yeah. I mean, really, the only people that we've seen up to this point are Smoking Man and Blevins.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, Smoking Man in the first episode,
Mhm.
he doesn't even show up to I think the final episode of the season. He's just there in the pilot in the background, and then he shows up. And I don't know that they were necessarily thinking about using him as a recurring villain. I think by season 2, you start seeing more of him. He becomes the face of the conspiracy. He becomes the big bad. In fact, in my opinion, he is one of the greatest television villains of all time.
Oh, for sure.
But there are plenty of other episodes, like they're great one-off episodes, like the one with Tony Shalhoub, where he played the guy whose shadow would just destroy people.
Mm.
And it's funny because that ends up turning into another government conspiracy episode because when the government finds out what he did in the lab, they want him. You know. And very creepy. And I'm sort of liking Scully at this point because she's basically saving Mulder because who knows, he may end up in a box somewhere if she didn't come back. Do you understand?
Yeah.
A
Very
hole in
true.
the ground never to be seen again. But she says, "You bring him back." So here he comes. We've only known him for like one episode prior to this, and I'm already, caring about his safety and his future. It's like I'm invested. We don't know about his sister being abducted as a motivation. That comes a few episodes later. But he's out of it. He's like, It's you who have acted inappropriately. I wish something would have killed this guy in a later season, but we never see him again. Like the fluke man sucks his brain out or something. I don't know. I'm just. But again, I am getting kind of those unsolved mystery vibes from this is what I would compare it to when I was a kid, except it was like with actors and they're going investigating cases.
Well, this is one hell of a reenactment.
But they were basing this stuff on actual UFO lore.
Mm-hmm.
There's all kinds of books about that. That's why I wish I could just get a series like this now, but not this, because I don't think, like I said, I don't think you can recreate this. I think this is a one-time only thing. I think even in later seasons, I feel the show becomes too self-aware of itself. That kind of hurts. And to be fair, some of the comedic episodes of the show, because there would be comedic episodes, were actually very good too.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a way to release some of the tension between these creepier episodes. He's resting now. She doesn't want to cooperate. She's now like her friend or neighbor. Did he call out? And he's like, "Thank you for your concern." She's pissed. Anything. Now, that almost sounds like a scolding or like a threat, but actually, when you hear her writing the report, it's actually not as harsh on Mulder as you thought it was going to sound from what she was saying here. So I think she's angry at him. Well, for starters, he ran off when he said we're going to leave and go to the airport. So it's now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So here we go. We have her writing up her report. I think what happens right after this, though, I think is the great capper. Mulder's final conversation with the informant he saw, the mystery man at the beginning of the episode. I think that kind of clinches this episode. Like those old computers. Mulder does like to jog. He likes to run. That's his main form of keeping in shape. He's a jogger. You see that in the first episode. Wearing an old college sweatshirt, he probably turned into something else because it got too ratty. And this next bit of dialogue, this is one of the best moments on the show, and it's only in the second episode. I love this.
Oh, for sure. This is. I almost kind of think of the first two episodes as like a movie in itself.
Kind of, yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Well, later on, they would do very good two-parters. In fact, season 2, in the middle of the season, you get a two-parter. Mm-hmm. The truth. He says it like not convincingly. Existence of extraterrestrials. I like that. They've been here for a long, long time, and you find that out later on. Oh, they have been here for a long, long time. And then it's a clincher, and I wanted to watch more. That's how I saw that. Now I'm getting an advertisement. Okay.
That's yep, and that's the
Just got
episode.
muted. We get the end credits too, the wonderful Mark Snow X-Files theme. So hope you guys were okay with our kind of on the fly makeshift. Like I said, Pluto TV, we do. You know what? I'm perfectly happy recommending a lot of these free streamers out there. They do offer some nice what do you call it? Some nice shows for free. You have to watch commercials, but that's how it was back in the day, was it not?
Oh, very true. Very true. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. But Farscape was awesome and still is awesome. I will get on with Farscape one of these days. Like I said, there's probably a ton of old sci-fi shows that I need to watch. But Mulder running Obsession was given to the character after David Duchovny was cast because he is a running nut. Okay, well, no, that's good though. But I think it's important because I don't see Mulder as like a big muscle man. I mean, he's in good shape though. Like he can take care of himself in a fight too. But like, how does he get his exercise? Well, he runs, and that makes sense, you know. So yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that. It actually fits the character well, I think. And you know, apparently Dana Scully and Clarice were based on the same real life female FBI agent. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Candace Stallone. Yeah.
All right. And that's it for the second episode of the X-Files. And yeah.
All right. So thank you guys for sticking with us through the hiccup there. All right, I'm going to kill the Pluto on my end there. All right.
I'll do too.
Well, like great episode. Like I said, it's the episode that really kind of kicks off the series. You're off and running after this point. So
yeah.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, the third episode, that's sort of the clincher. I think the first three episodes, watch the first three. If you're not hooked after the first three, you don't have to watch the rest of the show. The first three kind of set up. Pilot's a little rough around the edges, but it sets up the base premise, and it's not too bad. Second episode, I think, is near perfect with the whole UFO conspiracy stuff. And then third episode, there are other things out there besides just aliens and government conspiracies. There's other horrible stuff out there in the world they have to investigate. So you get all three. Oh, thank you, JPRPH1. He said, great job. Yeah, we did our best under the circumstances. I think it worked out okay, actually. Thank you, Big Al, too, for finding that link to the second episode. I couldn't get it to work.
Thank you, Al.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Well, we do have to wrap things up and get everybody over to Troy's show here. So real quick, Boomer, where are you going to be?
This week I will be up in Orlando, and I will be visiting with Troy myself. And you can catch me though this Sunday on Geeky Geezers, where you will be joining me, and also Big Al, I think. So yeah, well, three of us, and we may do a more abbreviated Geeky Geezers, but we'll be on for at least an hour if that's okay, and we'll talk about whatever there's worth talking about in entertainment, which hopefully is something decent.
For sure. All right. As for myself, Thursday, I'm going to be joining Outlaw Bill for Action Theater. The film is The Apple Dumpling Gang Rides Again. And later that night will be my program at 11 p.m. Be my program Coming Attractions, where you get to see what I am going to be up to in the next week, up to including Geeky Geezers and my appearance with Big Al Presents Saturday night at 10 for Films with Friends. Q, The Winged Serpent.
The Winged Serpent.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and end it here and send you on over to Troy's channel. So, Boomer, any last words?
Nothing. I missed the X-Files, but you can always catch them on a rerun.
Indeed. All right. And as I always say at the end of every broadcast from HQ, at all points north, south, east, west, and beyond. Good night. Take care. Stay strong. Be safe and healthy, because this is how we win.